Good afternoon. We'll ignore the past 24 minutes of what's gone on and start the monologue a little behind. So where are we at? Frustrated, but beyond that, I actually I made some progress today. The water filter is done. I've got the video shot for it, and I've got all that on the computer now. I just have to edit it up and put it out there, and that's where we're setting right now on the video for the water filter. So it's filtering right now. The coffee we're drinking is actually filtered water from it, and I had Jen take a drink of straight water earlier, and she could notice a huge difference. And I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do it with 2 glasses of water, one straight from the tap, one from the filter, and it's absolutely incredible, the difference. And you don't have to spend $5,000 to do it, folks. I haven't tallied up the cost of everything. I'm going to, when I put the video up, that will be right there on the in the description and probably in the title as well, so people know they don't have to spend a fortune to be able to have good clean water. Now again, like I've said before, this isn't a water filter that takes out the fluoride and other heavy metals, but this does take out chlorine and a lot of the other chemicals they put in it, and it tastes a lot better. Now you can get the fluoride filters to screw onto the bottom of these filters, most certainly. So we just don't have those yet, and not sure if we'll be able to get those. That's a added little chunk of change that we could use somewhere else right now, and that's just the way it is. So that's kind of where that stands. The water, like I said, the water filter is done. I've got the video shot for it. I just got to edit it up. I'll probably do that tonight after the show. So I would expect that the water filter video will probably be up tonight after the show at some point. I'm going to be using different editing software for video now. I had used Sony Vegas for quite some time, and something else came highly recommended. CyberLink Power Director 14, and I'm going to give it a shot and see what I think. And a lot of little things about Vegas that I wasn't a real big fan of, especially like if I put text on the screen and I wanted one word of that text to be read, I would have to create an entire new layer. It was just stupid. It was absolutely stupid. The way that Sony Vegas had done some of the stuff. So, but anyway, I'm going to be trying this CyberLink program. I think I'll probably like it. I've used CyberLink products before, and I think I'll like it. So expect that video tonight, as long as I can bang my way through the software, which I'm sure I can, and I'll get that video up. So that's where that is at. Let's see here. I guess we can go through the regular housekeeping stuff, and maybe I can find something to bitch about other than D-Live right now. So where are we at on YouTube? If you notice, there's a big difference in the number down there, 1788. This is the way that YouTube does this. I don't understand how YouTube does it, how they figure it. I don't get it. I don't know. But essentially, I think what it is that went, those estimated earnings went up to AdSense. I mean, it's not going to show until about the 15th or between the 11th and the 15th. It's not going to show over in AdSense, but I think it was taken out. Now, I'll know when it pops up, because whether or not it's going to be the 30 whatever or the 1788, we'll know that when it pops up, and I'll actually learn a little bit about how they deal with their finances. But that is where we're sitting at with YouTube right now. Steam It, which I don't know when the next time will actually make anything over there for some reason, I went ahead and cleared out, and I'll show you what we had. 10.946 is what we had, and I went ahead and transferred that today, and the reason why is because I seen the price of Bitcoin was down. So I went ahead and transferred the SBD to BTC, and so it's there in Bitcoin. And my hope is that the price of Bitcoin is going to jump through the roof and be $50 million per Bitcoin, and we're going to make a fortune. But since I don't think that's going to happen, we might get a few extra bucks if they progress. So that's the way that is. I'm going to try. That's certainly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to make a few extra dollars by trading wisely. Now I need to buy some Grey Poupon. Anyway, so that's what's up there. Don't know. As you can see, I tried posting a few live videos. It went on Steam, but I don't think it's going to go up on DLive anywhere for those to see it over there at DLive. So who knows? I'm going to put up a video. Hopefully they see that video. Of course, you were here when I made the video, so you know the content. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Okay, AdSense. This is what we're looking at over on AdSense. No ad clicks today on the website, so none yesterday as well. So, but we're up to 887, and again, I expect that what we had in YouTube or part of it, or I don't know how that works for sure, but we'll see that pop up into the balance. First of all, come first of the month, this whatever amount is here, whatever we make total here, will move over to the balance. And then sometime between the 11th and the 15th, the YouTube will move over into the balance. So with the way it's looking, it's probably going to be about 4 or 5 months probably before we can cash back out on AdSense again. So, yeah. Oh, did you? You clicked it? That is odd. It's not. I'm going to refresh real quick. Oh, it is showing something up. I don't know when you clicked, but now it's saying 36 cents. So it'll probably increase a little bit because it does take a little bit to register. So it is starting to register those clicks. So, and thank you, by the way. Thank you. That, believe it or not, it helps. So that's probably one click that you're looking at there. That 36 cents is probably like one click. So, and it will. It will increase. And that's why I mention it at the beginning of every single show, because you can tell, you've been there, you clicked, you don't have to sign up, you don't have to buy nothing, you don't have to do nothing. All you did was click the ad, and boom. So I wish we could get a lot of traffic to the site to do that, and it would be awesome. It would be absolutely awesome, because the more money that we get, the more projects that we do, the more things that we do, the further we can take this. So that is the only reason that's the only reason I push it. I would like to really see us go somewhere this summer as far as projects. So anyway, let me go ahead and close those out, and I will get to the tweeter news. Now, of course, I'm sure many of you know that there was another school shooting again today. I did catch the early conference, the press conference, but I did not catch the 2 o'clock or probably 1 o'clock our time press conference that they were going to have. I did not catch that second press conference, but the last I knew, it was one adult, one child that were shot, and the shooter was taken into custody alive, and it was allegedly a student at the school. And I'm going to double down on what I've been saying all along. We need to stop this whole anti-bullying crap, because the wrong people are being targeted in this anti-bullying stuff. That's the problem. That's the problem. The kids that are being bullied can't do anything about it. They can't stop the bullying because they get in more trouble than the bully does, right? And you're going to have a slew of people, and I'm going to get some amens on this. I know I am. You're going to have a slew of people, right? They're going to be throwing a fit. Oh, ban guns. Oh, do this, do that, right? Got to get rid of the guns. Mental health. And I agree. We need to look a little bit into the mental health. But let me throw this one at you. How about you parents tell your kids not to be a douchebag because somebody might walk up to you and shoot you in the face? How about that? Why don't parents be parents and tell their children the risks of being an asshole? Because they're there. And pardon my language, and pardon my passion behind it. But I want to see these school shootings stop just like everybody else does. The only difference is I'm not going to blame inanimate objects. I'm not going to blame things that have nothing to do with it. Because if it wasn't a gun, it would be a knife. It would be a stick. It would be a rock. Right? People will find a way to take out their aggression. Right? And we've lived into a society for too long in which people feel like they don't have to be accountable for their actions. And I think it's really important that parents sit down with their children and tell them, look, if you are being a bully, stop. You have no idea if you could be the next target. To hell with what the school says they'll do if they catch you bullying. I'm telling you right now, son, daughter, somebody might come into that school and kill you. We need to have these real conversations with our kids. We need to stop this politically correct crap. We need to have these real conversations because obviously this stuff is happening. Banning guns isn't going to fix it. Putting up more signs isn't going to fix it. Metal detectors isn't going to fix it. You could name a million things and it's not going to fix it. It's not going to fix the problem because nobody's dealing with the root. Stop the kids acting like idiots. And that's going to be your best chance of stopping the problem. You can mental health this, mental health that all day long. And I agree. It's something that we need to look at. It's something that we need to work on. But I don't care how many counselors and how many psychiatrists you throw at these kids, it's not going to fix the problem. How would I know that? Maybe because in my life I've seen my share of counselors and psychiatrists and psychologists. Now I tell them what the hell they wanted to hear and go about my way. Just like the kids will do today. No different. No different. And a magic pill isn't going to fix it. In fact, I would say that these pills are doing a lot more harm than good. Parents, have a serious conversation with your kids. Tell them that their life could be at stake. Because it is. And if that isn't evident, I don't know what to say. We've got to stop this whole, what was that stupid, I couldn't stand it, YOLO, you only live one life. Isn't that what it was? We need to stop this ignorant mentality. That we can just do as we please and there's no repercussions, right? That seems to be an agenda that the liberal minds are pushing. Oh, there's no repercussions. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know. That seems to me where I know if I was able to tell my kids right now, that's the very words I would be telling them. Do not push anybody. Man, kids are living an entirely different life than what they did when I was a kid. Kids are dealing with a hell of a lot more stress and a hell of a lot more things that they shouldn't be having to deal with. And a lot of it comes right back on us. Like all the broken homes, because the grass is greener on the other side. And hey, you're talking about somebody that was in that shoe. I did think the grass was greener on the other side. So I'm not speaking out of a position of being better than anyone. I'm speaking out of a position of being screwed by my own actions. We got to stop. We got to knock off this immoral, disgusting way of life. We need to reassess our homes, our minds, our hearts, our faith. We need to ground ourselves, humble ourselves, pray. Got to do something. Because what's being done now, it's got us on a very, very ugly path. Anyway, I didn't mean to put the rant before I read the news, but that's what happened. North Korea, Trump's decision to cancel summit, not what world wants. This is what Kim Jong-un is saying. A car bomb explosion in Benghazi claims at least 6 lives. U.S. to impose new sanctions against North Korea next week. Explosion at a restaurant in Ontario, nearly dozen injured, says reports. Russian Ministry of Defense says missiles shown by MH17 investigators were decommissioned after 2011. It's kind of reminiscent of the engine that they found outside of the World Trade Centers. You know, the one that didn't even go to the type of plane they said hit the World Trade Center. How about the piece of the engine that they found outside of the Pentagon that once again did not go to the type of aircraft that they claimed hit the Pentagon. However, that piece of, I think it was a piece of a turbine, that piece of the engine did however match up with a particular style of engine that went into a cruise missile. Imagine that. Tomahawk, if I'm not mistaken. Suspect in custody after active shooter situation at Noblesville, and that's what I just got done talking about. I liked a video from Bill Bunting, and I will be playing that video today, so you know. I'll put out the disclaimer on his attitude and language. He gets real with it, but he makes some very good points as usual. So I love Bill Bunting, awesome man. So let me see if there's anything more on this story, because I hadn't been able to get any updates on it, and I missed that second press conference. I'm assuming that this is going to be updated. Let me click on their homepage. Okay, authorities responded to an active school shooting at Noblesville West Middle School on Friday morning that left a student and teacher injured. Officials received a phone call about an active school shooter at 9:06 a.m. A male student was detained and a student and teacher were injured. Here's everything we know at this time about the shooting. One student and one teacher were injured when a gunman opened fire inside a 7th grade science classroom. The student was taken to Riley Hospital for Children and were told by other students she is a 13-year-old girl. The teacher was taken to IU Health Methodist Hospital. The extent of their injuries is unknown at this time. Additionally, one student was transported to Riverview Health in Noblesville and is being treated for a fractured ankle. We're only 5 hours into the investigation. It's going to take time. We need to get it right. We need to make sure we're taking care of the people we need to take care of first right now, and that's the victims in this case. We will not identify any names today. We will not identify any conditions of the victims. We only say we are praying for them, hoping that they get through this situation, said Noblesville Police Department Lieutenant Bruce Barnes. We know there are also many other victims as well, students that observed this, teachers that observed this, law enforcement officers that observed this, and we're going to try to get through it. Police tell us a male suspect is a suspected shooter, and he was detained at the school. He is reportedly in the 7th grade. Any information on charges is expected to be announced after the holiday weekend. A male student asked to be excused from his class. He left the classroom. He then returned armed with 2 handguns, and that classroom is where the activities occurred, said Noblesville Police Department Chief Kevin Jowett. We're still conducting interviews to determine what happened in that classroom. We do know the situation resolved extremely quickly, with the result of the teacher and 1 student were injured and the suspect was placed into custody. Police also said they have a number of search warrants issued as part of the investigation. Students were evacuated from the middle school to Noblesville High School. Hundreds of parents were packed in the auditorium waiting to pick up their children. Officials called the students' names one by one. Police asked parents to have their ID ready and to be patient. There was a threat at Noblesville High School, and it was placed on lockdown. SWAT and K-9 swept the school and found nothing. The school was given the all-clear. Indiana State Police Captain David Burston said that they would have the means to track down the call, and that person will be arrested and prosecuted to the highest degree. The students were taking a test in science class, and the suspect asked to be excused. He later returned with 2 handguns and opened fire. Students tell us a 13-year-old girl was hit. The students ran to the back of the classroom to hide, and that's when the science teacher bravely tackled the student and swatted the gun away from him, possibly saving others from getting injured. The teacher yelled at the students to call 911 and run out of the building. During a news conference on Friday afternoon, authorities said they will not officially release the identity of the victims. However, Fox 59 has identified the hero as 7th grade science teacher Jason Seaman. He's also a football coach at the middle school. A Facebook account believed to belong to Seaman's mother posted the following message: "Please pray for my son Jason. This morning there was a shooting at his high school in Noblesville West Junior High. He was hit 3 times and is undergoing surgery now. We are told he is in good condition, but haven't got to see him yet. I thank God that no one was killed." And that's all so far. So please give your thoughts and prayers to the victims, and kudos to that teacher, because that's what it takes, folks. That's what it takes. It takes direct action, okay? This whole liberal idea of cowering in a corner and making for a good target is stupidity, okay? Absolute stupidity. Now, if that teacher were armed, like, he should have the option of being, nobody would have probably been shot. First off, if teachers are armed or possibly are armed, people are going to be a little less likely to attempt something like this. Just the knowledge that, they may be able to shoot back at me is a pretty good deterrent. But then the actual act of them shooting back, is a whole lot different. See, because when you're under fire, you're going to be at a little higher level of fear than if you're not under fire, which probably means that unless you're extremely trained and well-disciplined, you're going to be a lot shakier, and meaning you're probably going to hit a lot less targets. See where I'm going with this? So everywhere from A to Z, when it comes to arming teachers that are willing, I'm not saying force teachers to become armed. I'm not saying that. I disagree with that. Because somebody that feels uncomfortable with a weapon is probably going to be more dangerous with that weapon than they are going to be productive. So, but we need to give them that opportunity. And parents need to sit down with their kids and tell them not to be little assholes. Okay? And I can't say 100% that that's what this boils down to. I don't know. I don't know if the girl was a particular target or if she just happened to be one that got hit. So that's going to be a big clue, I think, whether or not she was an actual direct target, or otherwise. It could be a romance gone wrong kind of situation. Don't know. More information will come out, and I'm sure we'll know then. So, Anyway, I'm going to close up the monologue and continue on with the live show. To those that just watched the monologue, thank you. And I want to say God bless you. We love you and be one with your spirit. For those hanging around for the live show, give me 1 second to lead out.